The Golden State Warriors have been extremely quiet this offseason, barring the drama involving Jonathan Kuminga's ongoing contract negotiations. Although the Dubs reportedly have verbal agreements on signing 3 key players this offseason, the team hasn't been able to complete any deal at the moment. Instead, Golden State has opted to bide its time, prioritizing Kuminga's situation before making further moves. While this could have some merit, the delays have raised concerns about their pending free agent signings. As the situation drags on, the Warriors find themselves in a tougher spot, potentially risking their targets showing an inclination to sign elsewhere. However, even in these dire circumstances, the Dubs have an unexpected opportunity that might be worth exploring. The Miami Heat were recently linked with free agent big man Trey Lyles and Kai Jones. Considering that Jones was working out for the team, it was expected that either he or Lyles would eventually be picked up to address Miami's frontcourt shortcomings. Instead, the Heat opted to re-sign 27-year-old guard Drew Smith to a 3-year deal, effectively relegating Jones and Lyles as potential signings. While this leaves Miami without any backup in the big man rotation, the Warriors could make the most of this to pursue signing one or both of these players on team-friendly contracts. Jones has a lot of upside as an athletic big man. Despite his controversial past, the 24-year-old has showcased a lot of potential as a capable player in the rotation. At 6 feet 11 inches, he possesses tremendous agility and jumping ability. Although his technical ability is limited, he is a legitimate threat on the open floor as a rim runner. Last season, Jones' overall average doesn't paint a complete picture of his ability to contribute. Given the limited playing time he received with the Clippers, the 24-year-old was restricted in his role. But in a more flexible situation like with the Mavericks, Jones demonstrated his ability to be an inside threat and contributor on both ends of the floor. In 12 games for Dallas, he recorded an average of 11.4 points, 6.6 rebounds, 0.8 steals, and 0.8 blocks per game, while shooting 83.6% from the field. Although he has a limited skill set, Jones has displayed his ability to play within his role and contribute to winning. Meanwhile, Lyles also poses as a valuable free agent signing should the Warriors consider him. At 6 feet 9 inches, the former Kings forward is a capable player, but very different from someone like Jones. Effectively playing the role of a floor spacer, Lyles leverages a reliable stroke from the perimeter to contribute to games. His assets include his versatility as an offensive player, his intellect, and his veteran experience. Having spent 9 years in the league, Lyles is familiar with playing within a system. This would allow him to adapt and assimilate into the Warriors quite easily. At 29 years old, he is capable of bringing about a balanced outlook to an otherwise aging roster. Last season, he recorded an average of 6.5 points and 4.6 rebounds, while shooting 42% from the field and 34% from three-point range. Given his style of play, he would pair well with other frontcourt players such as Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, and Quinton Post. The only downside is his lack of athleticism, which makes him a limited defensive and rebounding presence. While the offense is certainly an upside, the Dubs' lack of size indicates that they need all the rebounding help they can get. All things considered, Golden State may be better off viewing Jones as a priority signing. Given what he brings to the table, the Warriors might benefit from having more variety in their offensive sets. With added depth in the frontcourt, they may also be able to give potential starting big man Al Horford more rest. The Warriors must resolve the Kuminga situation. The negotiations with Kuminga have effectively delayed all pending signings, and while the young star has the luxury to stay patient, the Dubs may not. Given that there has been a breakdown in communication between the two parties, it is unlikely that the terms will be agreed upon anytime soon. While the Warriors remain keen on retaining the forward, he has expressed his desire to leave this season itself. At the current juncture, neither side seems willing to budge, although there is an increasing possibility of Kuminga accepting the $7.9 million qualifying offer. While this would see him return to action with the team next season, this may not be the best possible outcome for the locker room in light of all the off-season drama. Resolving this situation as soon as possible should be a priority. With a very small window for title contention with this core, the Warriors need to form the most capable team possible to improve their chances of competing. The Los Angeles Lakers find themselves in an interesting spot this offseason. After swinging a massive trade with the Dallas Mavericks for Luka Doncic last season, the team handed him a 3-year, $165 million contract extension earlier this month. However, they have also seen LeBron James' name pop up in a slew of trade rumors as he nears the end of his career. For the most part, the Lakers have made the majority of the moves they're going to make this offseason, but there are still players available who could help the team maximize their title window with James on their roster. One such player who fits that bill is Miami Heat forward Andrew Wiggins, whom LA has been urged to go out and trade for. Lakers push to trade for Andrew Wiggins. Wiggins entered the league as one of the most hyped prospects of his generation, getting selected by the Cleveland Cavaliers with the number 1 overall pick of the 2014 NBA draft. He didn't even take the court for them before he got traded to the Minnesota Timberwolves, though, which is where he spent the first 5.5 seasons of his career. During his time in the league, Wiggins has been a solid player, but he hasn't managed to hit the expectations that come with being the number 1 overall pick. He won the Rookie of the Year award in 2015 and was an All-Star during the 2021-22 season with the Golden State Warriors, but he doesn't have many other individual accolades to show for. He did, however, play a big role in helping the Warriors win the 2022 NBA Finals over the Boston Celtics. Last year, Wiggins was traded to the Heat as part of the Jimmy Butler deal, but Miami has never seemed fully invested in him. Wiggins has been on the trade block throughout the offseason, but a move has not materialized yet. There still is time for a deal to go down, though, and Sem Yalbulan of LA Sports Hub believes that the Lakers should go out and acquire Wiggins. Wiggins would immediately become the best perimeter defender for the Lakers, taking on the tough defensive assignments night in and night out, Yalbulan wrote. He has the 3-and-D skill set the Lakers desperately need on the wing, and Wiggins can do a lot more with the ball in his hands than your typical 3-and-D player. Should the Lakers trade for Andrew Wiggins? While he hasn't necessarily lived up to the massive expectations on his shoulders in the NBA, Wiggins is still a very good two-way forward who could very well be the missing piece for the Lakers. Having a team built around Doncic means that the rest of the lineup needs to be strong defensively, and Wiggins could slide into the starting lineup and immediately take on the opposing team's best defensive player. Wiggins dominated in the 2022 NBA Finals for the Warriors by locking up Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown throughout the series. And after averaging 18 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 2.6 assists per game, he still adds something on the offensive side of the ball, too. Acquiring Wiggins may not cost as much as other big-name trade targets, so if Miami does want to move on from him, Los Angeles could end up being the perfect landing spot. The Heat and free agent guard Yamir Young have reached an agreement on a deal, reports Michael Scotto of Hoops Hype. According to Scotto, Young will get a chance to compete for one of Miami's two-way contract slots. That suggests he'll sign an Exhibit 10 contract, which can be converted to a two-way deal prior to the start of the regular season. A 6'1" point guard who went undrafted out of Maryland in 2024, Young opened his first professional season with the Grand Rapids Gold, Denver's G League affiliate, before signing a two-way contract with Chicago in February and finishing the year with the Bulls. He was waived in July to open up a two-way slot for Yuki Kawamura. Young logged just 30 total minutes in 6 games at the NBA level, but starred in the Bagel, averaging 21.7 points, 7.0 assists, 4.5 rebounds, and 1.9 steals per game in 43 total outings for the Gold and the Windy City Bulls. The 24-year-old struggled with his outside shot for Grand Rapids, but finished the season strong by making 39.7% of his three-point tries in 13 games for Windy City. He was named to the G League's All-Rookie team and finished third in Rookie of the Year voting. Young reportedly drew interest from the Perth Wildcats of Australia's National Basketball League this offseason, but will look to continue his career in the NBA. Vladislav Golden and Myron Gardner currently occupy two-way slots for Miami, but it appears the team will hold a competition in training camp for its third and final opening.